Cheaper by the Dozen stars Clifton Webb as Frank Gilbreth, the persnickety father of 12 children who has uniquely humorous methods for dealing with the ordeals such an unwieldy family undoubtedly encounters. Welcome to something a little different. With Disney rebooting Cheaper by the Dozen for what will be the 5th film in the series, I wanted to quickly go through all 4 of the other films in what I'm kind of surprised to be calling a franchise. While most of you are probably familiar with the 2 Steve Martin films, this actually originated from a memoir penned by Frank Gilbreth Jr. and his sister Ernestine, which I actually did read growing up. Directed by Walter Lang, who would later go on to helm the musicals The King and I and There's No Business Like Show Business, this is a direct adaptation of said memoirs, and instead of a wacky, hijinks-filled kids movie, this is a sweeter, though still family-oriented film that serves as a tribute to this eccentric father who managed to successfully raise such a large family. Clifton Webb as Frank is without a doubt the film's highlight, evoking such quirky sensibilities like how he holds family councils in the style of a legit town hall, or having all of his kids get their tonsils removed in his own home without ever coming off as cartoonish. He has this larger-than-life energy in this otherwise grounded story, but also constantly exuded this warmth that showed how much he cared for his family. While there's a likability that does exude the rest of the family, led by Myrna Loy as the matriarch, I felt this was Webb's show through and through. And as an interesting point of contrast, unlike the Martin films where he had close to no control over the kids, Frank ran a pretty tight ship, and rarely would the kids get the one-up on him, not that they were actively trying to do so. Similar to the book, this film has a whimsical tone, with a breezy pace that takes on more of a vignette-like structure, with the way it constantly fades in and out of each sequence, and without there really being a particular event being built towards, there's very much a day-in-the-life feel to the film, with most of the Gilbreth's adventures being silly but relatively low stakes in the grand scheme of things. There's a very slice-of-life feel to it, and with its cheery, positive energy, it reminded me in some ways of an extended episode of a sitcom from the 1950s, like A Father Knows Best or Leave It to Beaver. It's very wholesome, with conflicts that generally get resolved in the same sequence they're brought up, and with that, it does make the film feel a bit dated with its picturesque view of day-to-day life at this time, and while everyone else in this cast is charming, it's especially notable during any moment in which Webb isn't on screen, which thankfully isn't all that often. But even with that, Cheaper by the Dozen is an amusing, cheery little film with a big heart that will ultimately be hard to resist. While its low-stakes, vignette-like structure can make it feel dated at times, it's a whimsical family film that serves as a loving tribute to this eccentric, though deeply caring father. If you enjoy a lot of films from this time period, I'd say you'll be sure to enjoy this. Cheaper by the Dozen gets a 7 out of 10. So stay tuned for my review of the sequel to this film, Bells on Their Toes. And in the meantime, let me know, did you see the original Cheaper by the Dozen, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Did you like him more than the book? Does it still hold up for you to this day? Let me know in the comments below so we can discuss. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it. And for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching, everyone, and keep having fun with film.